Question 1. Cyber insurance fundamentals. Which of the following best describes the key difference between first-party and third-party cyber insurance coverage? A. First-party coverage protects businesses from claims made by third parties, while third-party coverage protects against losses from cyber attacks. B. First-party coverage covers losses that directly affect the insured, while third-party coverage protects against claims from external parties affected by the insured's cyber risks. C. First-party coverage only applies to data breaches, while third-party coverage applies to ransomware incidents. D. First-party coverage is for external vendor risk, while third-party coverage protects internal network security. Answer: B. First-party coverage covers losses that directly affect the insured, while third-party coverage protects against claims from external parties affected by the insured's cyber risks. Explanation: First-party coverage provides protection to the insured organization for losses directly incurred, such as the cost of data breaches, system downtime, or business interruption. Third-party coverage, on the other hand, covers claims made by external entities, such as clients or customers who suffer damages due to the insured's failure to maintain adequate security. The distinction lies in the origin of the loss. First party relates to the insured's own losses, while third party concerns external claims. This fundamental understanding is critical when determining the scope of coverage for an organization's cyber risks. Question 2. Scenario question. Cyber risk management. Mr. Davis is the Chief Information Officer (EO) of a medium-sized healthcare organization in New Mexico. The organization recently adopted a new cloud-based electronic health records system. Mr. Davis is tasked with ensuring that the organization's cyber insurance policy will cover any potential data breaches associated with the new system. He needs to evaluate the insurance policy and determine if the appropriate cybersecurity measures are in place. Which of the following actions should Mr. Davis prioritize to mitigate potential cyber risks? A. Ensure the cloud service provider uses end-to-end encryption for data at rest and in transit. B. Secure a policy that covers only the financial losses associated with a data breach. C. Focus solely on employee training programs to prevent phishing attacks. D. Only review the policy to confirm coverage for third-party claims. Answer: A. Ensure the cloud service provider uses end-to-end encryption for data at rest and in transit. Explanation: In this scenario, Mr. Davis needs to assess the security measures associated with the cloud-based EHR system to protect sensitive healthcare data. End-to-end encryption ensures that data is secure during storage, at rest, and while being transmitted in transit, reducing the risk of unauthorized access. This is critical for maintaining compliance with regulations such as HIPAA, which mandate stringent data protection measures in healthcare. While employee training and policy coverage are important, ensuring proper encryption practices is a fundamental aspect of reducing cyber risks, particularly when dealing with sensitive health information. Cyber insurance will only provide financial recovery for incidents if proper security measures like encryption are in place to prevent breaches. Question 3. Legal and regulatory considerations. Under New Mexico state law, which of the following is required if a business experiences a data breach that involves the personal data of New Mexico residents? A. The business must notify the affected individuals within 30 days, regardless of the number of people affected. B. The business is only required to notify the affected individuals if more than 1,000 residents are affected. C. The business must notify the New Mexico Attorney General's office only if 500 or more residents are affected. D. The business must offer affected individuals 1 year of free credit monitoring. Answer: C. The business must notify the New Mexico Attorney General's office only if 500 or more residents are affected. Explanation: New Mexico's data breach notification law requires that businesses notify affected individuals promptly when a breach occurs, but it also has specific requirements for reporting to the state. If the breach affects the personal data of 500 or more New Mexico residents, the business must notify the New Mexico Attorney General's office. While businesses must notify affected individuals promptly, the threshold for reporting to the Attorney General is 500 individuals. Offering free credit monitoring may be an added precaution but is not a mandatory requirement under state law for data breaches, although it could be stipulated in a policy or by the insurer. Understanding the state-specific regulations is crucial for ensuring compliance and avoiding penalties. Question 4. Cyber insurance policy underwriting. Which of the following is the most critical factor when underwriting a cyber insurance policy for a business in the technology sector? A. The company's revenue size and geographic location. B. The company's current cybersecurity posture and past incident history. C. The number of employees working remotely. D. The company's market share and advertising strategy. Answer: B. The company's current cybersecurity posture and past incident history. Explanation: when underwriting cyber insurance, insurers assess a company's cybersecurity posture. G. The implementation of firewalls, encryption, employee training, and review its history of past incidents. G. Data breaches, cyber attacks. The technology sector is particularly vulnerable to cyber risks, so insurers focus on the business's ability to manage and mitigate cyber threats. A strong cybersecurity posture reduces the likelihood of future claims, which impacts the policy terms and premiums. While revenue and employee remote work policies are relevant, they are secondary to a company's preparedness and past performance in handling cyber risks. Question 5. Cybersecurity threats and vulnerabilities. Which of the following is a primary advantage of conducting vulnerability assessments and penetration testing for an organization's IT systems? A. Identifying weak spots in the system that can be exploited by cyber criminals. B. Ensuring compliance with all local and international cyber laws. C. Increasing the insurance premium for cyber insurance coverage. D. Focusing only on external threats and ignoring internal threats. Answer: A. Identifying weak spots in the system that can be exploited by cyber criminals. Explanation: vulnerability assessments and penetration testing are essential cybersecurity practices aimed at identifying and fixing weaknesses in an organization's IT infrastructure. These tests simulate cyber attacks to determine where a system may be vulnerable to exploitation. By discovering vulnerabilities proactively, the organization can apply necessary security patches and implement stronger defense mechanisms. This process helps reduce the likelihood of successful cyber attacks and minimizes potential losses. While penetration testing and vulnerability assessments may have some indirect impact on insurance premiums, their main purpose is to safeguard systems and data. Question 6. Scenario question. Incident response and claims handling. MS. Taylor, the IT director at a medium-sized e-commerce company, receives an alert that a hacker has compromised the payment system, potentially accessing credit card information of several thousand customers. The breach occurred during a high-traffic sales event, and several customers are now reporting fraudulent charges. What should MS. Taylor do first in response to the breach? A. Immediately inform customers and offer them a credit monitoring service. B. Disconnect the compromised system from the network to contain the breach. C. Notify the local police and report the breach to the Federal Trade Commission, FTC. D. Wait to gather more information before taking action. Answer: B. Disconnect the compromised system from the network to contain the breach. Explanation: the first step in an incident response plan is to contain the breach to prevent further damage. MS. Taylor should immediately disconnect the compromised system from the network to prevent additional data from being stolen or tampered with. This is essential for limiting the exposure of sensitive information, such as customer credit card details. Once containment is achieved, further steps include notifying affected individuals, reporting to authorities, and engaging with forensic experts. Rushing to offer credit monitoring services or waiting too long could escalate the damage or hinder the incident investigation. Question 7. Legal and regulatory considerations. Which of the following privacy laws applies to organizations that collect personal data from New Mexico residents? A. Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, HIPAA. B. California Consumer Privacy Act, COPA. C. New Mexico Data Breach Notification Act. D. General Data Protection Regulation, EDA. Answer: C. New Mexico Data Breach Notification Act. Explanation: the New Mexico Data Breach Notification Act mandates that businesses notify affected individuals and the state attorney general in the event of a breach involving personal data of New Mexico residents. While HIPAA applies to healthcare organizations, CCPA is specific to California residents, and GDPR applies to entities operating in the European Union. New Mexico's Data Breach Notification Act is the law governing how businesses in New Mexico must respond to data breaches involving their residents' personal information. Compliance with these state-specific laws is crucial for avoiding legal penalties and ensuring affected individuals are promptly informed. Question 8. Cyber insurance fundamentals. What is the primary purpose of cyber liability insurance for businesses in the e-commerce industry? A. To cover losses resulting from system downtime and lost revenue. B. To protect the business from claims filed by third parties. D. To a data breach. C. To insure against physical damages to company-owned servers. D. To reimburse the company for internal employee cybercrimes. Answer: B. To protect the business from claims filed by third parties due to a data breach. Explanation: cyber liability insurance primarily provides coverage for incidents such as data breaches, which can result in third-party claims in the commerce industry. Customer data, payment information, and personal details are often targeted by cyber criminals. A data breach can expose the business to lawsuits from affected customers as well as regulatory fines and penalties. Cyber liability insurance helps cover these costs, including legal defense and settlements, ensuring that the business is protected from the financial consequences of third-party claims. Coverage for system downtime or internal crimes may be included but are not the primary focus of cyber liability insurance. Question 9. Risk financing and reinsurance. What is a key challenge when obtaining reinsurance for cyber risks? A. Cyber risks are less complex than traditional risks, making reinsurance easier to obtain. B. The rapidly evolving nature of cyber threats makes it difficult to accurately predict future losses. C. Reinsurance for cyber risks is usually limited to physical infrastructure damage. D. Cyber insurance is excluded from most reinsurance agreements due to its lack of coverage. Answer: B. The rapidly evolving nature of cyber threats makes it difficult to accurately predict future losses. Explanation: reinsurance for cyber risks is challenging because cyber threats are constantly evolving. New types of attacks, such as ransomware or sophisticated phishing schemes, emerge frequently, making it difficult for reinsurers to assess and predict potential future losses accurately. This volatility adds uncertainty to the risk models used by insurers and reinsurers. As a result, cyber risk reinsurance requires a more flexible approach and continuous updating of risk models. While cyber insurance is becoming more common, the lack of predictability due to changing attack vectors makes it harder for reinsurers to price and underwrite these risks. Question 10. Cyber risk management. Which of the following best describes the purpose of a business continuity and disaster recovery plan in relation to cyber risks? A. To ensure that an organization can continue normal operations without considering cyber risks. B. To outline procedures for managing operational risks unrelated to IT or cyber threats. C. To ensure the organization can recover from a cyber incident and continue business operations with minimal downtime. D. To prevent cyber attacks from occurring in the first place. Answer: C. To ensure the organization can recover from a cyber incident and continue business operations with minimal downtime. Explanation: a business continuity and disaster recovery plan focuses on the organization's ability to respond to and recover from disruptive events, including cyber incidents such as data breaches, ransomware attacks, or system outages. The plan ensures that essential business functions can continue with minimal interruption and that the organization can restore its IT systems as quickly as possible. While preventing cyber incidents is critical, a BCDR plan is specifically focused on post-incident recovery, not on preventing incidents themselves. The aim is to ensure business resilience even after a major cyber event. Question 11. Cybersecurity insurance coverage. Which of the following events would most likely trigger a cyber liability insurance claim? A. A server crashes due to outdated software. B. A hacker accesses customer data and demands ransom. C. An employee accidentally deletes important files. D. A company loses physical assets due to a fire. Answer: B. A hacker accesses customer data and demands ransom. Explanation: cyber liability insurance typically covers incidents involving data breaches, cyber attacks, and ransomware. In the case of a hacker accessing sensitive data and demanding ransom, a common form of cyber extortion, the policy can cover the costs related to the ransom payment, legal fees, and data recovery. A server crash due to outdated software or accidental file deletion may fall under different types of coverage, but they are typically not covered under cyber liability insurance. Fire damage is unrelated to cyber risks and falls under property insurance. Question 12. Cybersecurity threat detection. What is the primary purpose of a security information and event management system in a corporate IT environment? A. To prevent physical access to the company's data centers. B. To monitor and analyze security events in real time. C. To manage employee access to company resources. D. To track employee behavior on company networks. Answer: B. To monitor and analyze security events in real time. Explanation: a security information and event management system is designed to monitor and analyze security events within a network in real time. It collects and correlates data from various sources, such as firewalls, servers, and endpoint devices, to identify potential threats, vulnerabilities, or attacks. By providing real-time alerts, SIEM helps organizations detect and respond to security incidents quickly. It does not focus on physical security, managing employee access, or tracking employee behavior directly, although it may collect data related to those areas for security monitoring. Question 13. Incident response strategy. What is the first step in an organization's incident response plan when a cybersecurity incident occurs? A. Notify the media and issue a public statement. B. Identify and contain the incident to prevent further damage. C. Begin the process of notifying affected customers and stakeholders. D. Conduct a root cause analysis to determine the cause of the incident. Answer. B. Identify and contain the incident to prevent further damage. Explanation. The first step in any incident response plan is to quickly identify and contain the cyber incident. Containing the incident ensures that the damage is limited and that further compromise or data loss is prevented. After containment, the next steps typically involve notifying affected stakeholders, conducting a root cause analysis, and assessing the scope of the damage. Immediate public communication or media involvement is generally a later step once the organization has a clear understanding of the situation. Question 14. Data breach notification. Under the California Consumer Privacy Act, CCPA, businesses are required to notify affected consumers within how many days of discovering a data breach? A. 5 days. B. 15 days. C. 30 days. D. 45 days. Answer. C. 30 days. Explanation. Under the California Consumer Privacy Act, CCPA, businesses must notify consumers of a data breach within 30 days of discovering the breach. This requirement ensures that consumers are informed quickly about potential risks to their personal information, such as identity theft or fraud. Timely notification helps consumers take action to protect themselves, such as freezing credit or changing passwords. Question 15. Cybersecurity risk management. Which of the following is the best method for a business to reduce its exposure to cyber risks? A. Relying solely on antivirus software to prevent cyber attacks. B. Encrypting sensitive data and conducting regular security audits. C. Discontinuing all use of cloud services. D. Allowing employees to use personal devices for work purposes. Answer. B. Encrypting sensitive data and conducting regular security audits. Explanation. To effectively reduce exposure to cyber risks, businesses should implement comprehensive security measures such as encrypting sensitive data and conducting regular security audits. Encryption helps protect data even if it is accessed without authorization, while audits identify vulnerabilities and areas for improvement in security practices. Relying solely on antivirus software or discontinuing cloud services does not provide complete protection, and allowing personal devices could introduce additional security risks. Question 16. Phishing attacks. What is a typical characteristic of a phishing email? A. It is always sent from an official corporate email address. B. It asks the recipient to click on a link or download an attachment. C. It includes only official company branding and no errors in grammar. D. It always contains an urgent request for money or credit card details. Answer. B. It asks the recipient to click on a link or download an attachment. Explanation. Phishing emails are typically designed to trick recipients into taking an action, such as clicking on a malicious link or downloading an infected attachment. These emails often appear legitimate, using tactics like pretending to be from a trusted company, but they aim to gather sensitive information like login credentials or install malware. While phishing emails may sometimes include urgent requests for money or appear to come from official addresses, the hallmark of phishing is the manipulation to get the recipient to interact with a link or attachment. Question 17. Risk assessment for cyber insurance. Which of the following is most likely to be considered when performing a cyber risk assessment for a company? A. The company's annual revenue and market share. B. The company's physical office, location and workforce size. C. The company's cybersecurity policies, procedures and controls. D. The number of customer complaints related to technical support. Answer. C. The company's cybersecurity policies, procedures and controls. Explanation. When conducting a cyber risk assessment for insurance purposes, the insurer will focus on the company's cybersecurity policies, procedures and controls. This includes measures like network security, employee training, incident response plans, and access controls. These factors are crucial in determining the likelihood of A cyber attack and the company's ability to respond effectively. While revenue and market share are important for general underwriting, they are less relevant to assessing cyber risk compared to the company's security practices. Question 18. Cybersecurity insurance exclusions. Which of the following is likely to be excluded from coverage under a typical cyber liability insurance policy? A. Data breaches resulting from hacking. B. Damage to physical assets from cyber attacks. C. Losses resulting from employee negligence or insider threats. D. Losses from cyber incidents that occurred prior to the policy's effective date. Answer: D. Losses from cyber incidents that occurred prior to the policy's effective date. Explanation: cyber liability insurance typically does not cover incidents that occurred before the policy's effective date. This is a standard exclusion known as the retroactive date clause. The policy is intended to cover incidents occurring during the coverage period. Any cyber attacks or data breaches that occurred before the policy began will not be covered. While employee negligence or insider threats and hacking are generally covered, damage to physical assets due to cyber attacks may be covered under property insurance, not cyber liability insurance. Question 19. Ransomware attacks. If a company is hit by a ransomware attack, which of the following actions is most likely covered by a cyber liability insurance policy? A. The cost of paying the ransom demanded by the attackers. B. The lost revenue due to downtime caused by the attack. C. The reputational damage to the company's brand. D. The cost of investigating the ransomware attack and recovering encrypted data. Answer: D. The cost of investigating the ransomware attack and recovering encrypted data. Explanation: cyber liability insurance typically covers costs related to responding to and recovering from a ransomware attack, such as the costs of forensic investigation, data recovery, and system restoration. While paying the ransom may be covered in some cases, this is generally not recommended as a primary solution. Lost revenue and reputational damage are harder to quantify and may not always be directly covered by the policy, although some policies offer limited coverage for reputational repair costs. Question 20. Data privacy compliance. Which of the following is the main objective of the General Data Protection Regulation (GDPR)? A. To provide a unified framework for cybersecurity across all industries. B. To regulate how businesses collect, store, and manage personal data of European Union residents. C. To standardize insurance coverage for cyber risks. D. To allow businesses to ignore privacy concerns when collecting data. Answer: B. To regulate how businesses collect, store, and manage personal data of European Union residents. Explanation: the General Data Protection Regulation (GDPR) is focused on ensuring that businesses properly handle personal data of European Union residents. It sets guidelines for how companies should collect, store, protect, and dispose of personal data. The goal is to give individuals more control over their personal data and ensure that companies are transparent about how they use this information. GDPR compliance requires businesses to implement robust data protection measures and report breaches within a specific time frame. Question 21. Data encryption. Which of the following is a primary benefit of encrypting sensitive data? A. It prevents unauthorized users from accessing the data. B. It guarantees that data will be backed up regularly. C. It reduces the need for strong authentication mechanisms. D. It eliminates the risk of data breaches entirely. Answer: A. It prevents unauthorized users from accessing the data. Explanation: encryption transforms data into unreadable formats that only authorized users with the correct decryption key can access. This ensures that even if the data is intercepted or accessed by unauthorized parties, it remains secure. While encryption is a critical security measure, it does not eliminate the risk of data breaches, nor does it guarantee regular backups or reduce the need for strong authentication. Question 22. Cloud security. Which of the following practices should organizations use to enhance the security of cloud-based applications? A. Relying solely on the cloud provider's security features. B. Ensuring that sensitive data is encrypted before being uploaded. C. Allowing unrestricted access to cloud storage for all employees. D. Using the same password across all cloud applications for ease of access. Answer: B. Ensuring that sensitive data is encrypted before being uploaded. Explanation: encrypting sensitive data before uploading it to the cloud provides an additional layer of protection against potential breaches, ensuring that the data remains secure even if the cloud service is compromised. While cloud providers offer some security measures, organizations must also implement their own security practices, including limiting access and using strong passwords to ensure comprehensive protection. Question 23. Business continuity planning. Which of the following is a key component of a business continuity plan in the event of a cybersecurity incident? A. Training employees to ignore phishing emails. B. Ensuring that critical systems and data can be quickly restored. C. Allowing employees to work from personal devices without security restrictions. D. Avoiding any external audits to minimize vulnerabilities. Answer: B. Ensuring that critical systems and data can be quickly restored. Explanation: a critical component of a business continuity plan is ensuring that systems and data can be quickly restored in the event of a cyber incident, such as a ransomware attack. This involves implementing regular backups and having disaster recovery processes in place. While employee training and managing external audits are important, they are not as central to the continuity of operations as ensuring the ability to recover from a disaster. Question 24. Incident response team. Who typically plays the most crucial role in coordinating a company's response during a cybersecurity incident? A. The company's public relations officer. B. The chief executive officer (HEO). C. The chief information security officer (CISO). D. The IT department. Answer: C. The chief information security officer (CISO). Explanation: the CISO is responsible for overseeing and managing the organization's cybersecurity strategy and response. During a cybersecurity incident, the CISO leads the response efforts, coordinates with other teams, e.g. IT, legal, communications, and ensures that proper measures are taken to contain and mitigate the impact, while the CEO and other departments play important roles. The CISO is the primary decision maker during an incident. Question 25. Cybersecurity frameworks. Which of the following is a commonly used cybersecurity framework for organizations to manage their cybersecurity risks? A. ISO 9001. B. NIST Cybersecurity Framework (CSF). C. ITIL Information Technology Infrastructure Library. D. Six Sigma. Answer: B. NIST Cybersecurity Framework (CSF). Explanation: the NIST Cybersecurity Framework (CSF) is widely used by organizations to manage cybersecurity risks. It provides a set of best practices and guidelines for protecting critical infrastructure and sensitive data. ISO 9001 and Six Sigma focus on quality management processes, while ITIL is a framework for IT service management, not specifically cybersecurity. Question 26. Cybersecurity threat types. Which type of cybersecurity threat involves attackers impersonating legitimate organizations to steal sensitive information? A. Phishing. B. Malware. C. Denial of service (DOS) attack. D. Man-in-the-middle attack. Answer: A. Phishing. Explanation: phishing involves attackers impersonating trusted entities such as banks or companies in emails or websites to deceive individuals into revealing sensitive information like passwords or credit card numbers. Malware refers to malicious software designed to harm or exploit systems, while DOS attacks aim to overwhelm systems with traffic. Man-in-the-middle attacks involve intercepting communications between two parties to steal or manipulate data. Question 27. Multi-factor authentication (MFA). Which of the following is the primary purpose of multi-factor authentication (MFA)? A. To ensure passwords are always complex and long. B. To provide an additional layer of security by requiring more than one form of verification. C. To simplify the login process by using biometric data only. D. To store all passwords in a secure vault for easier access. Answer: B. To provide an additional layer of security by requiring more than one form of verification. Explanation: multi-factor authentication (MFA) enhances security by requiring users to provide more than one form of verification before granting access. This typically includes something they know password, something they have a smartphone or hardware token, and something they are biometric data. MFA significantly reduces the likelihood of unauthorized access compared to relying solely on a password. Question 20. Social engineering attacks. Which of the following is an example of a social engineering attack? A. Installing a virus on an employee's computer without their knowledge. B. Tricking an employee into revealing their password through a phone call pretending to be IT support. C. Crashing a company's website with a high volume of traffic. D. Hacking into a company's server by exploiting a software vulnerability. Answer B. Tricking an employee into revealing their password through a phone call pretending to be IT support. Explanation: social engineering attacks manipulate individuals into divulging confidential information. In this case, the attacker uses a tactic like impersonating IT support to convince an employee to reveal their password, while installing malware. Performing DOS attacks or exploiting vulnerabilities are all forms of cyber attacks. They do not involve manipulating people directly, which is the essence of social engineering. Question 29. Cyber insurance coverage for data breaches. Which of the following is typically covered by cyber liability insurance in the event of a data breach? A. Loss of reputation and customer trust. B. The cost of upgrading the company's cybersecurity system. C. Legal fees and expenses for notifying affected individuals. D. Revenue lost due to downtime from the breach. Answer: C. Legal fees and expenses for notifying affected individuals. Explanation: cyber liability insurance often covers the legal costs associated with a data breach, such as the expenses for notifying affected individuals and managing legal liabilities. While reputational damage and lost revenue from downtime may be indirectly addressed, these are often not covered directly by cyber insurance. The policy's focus is typically on the costs associated with managing the breach, including forensic investigations and legal responses. Question 30. Threat intelligence sharing. What is the primary benefit of sharing cybersecurity threat intelligence among organizations? A. It allows companies to identify and patch vulnerabilities more quickly. B. It enables organizations to reduce the cost of insurance premiums. C. It creates opportunities for cross-selling products between companies. D. It ensures that all organizations implement the same security measures. Answer A. It allows companies to identify and patch vulnerabilities more quickly. Explanation: sharing cybersecurity threat intelligence allows organizations to stay informed about emerging threats and vulnerabilities, enabling them to respond proactively. By collaborating, companies can learn from each other's experiences, identify risks faster, and implement timely patches or defenses. While sharing threat intelligence may indirectly reduce risks and potentially affect insurance premiums, its primary benefit is improving the ability to identify and address vulnerabilities before they are exploited.